Well, first of all, congratulations to all of you on a fantastic first season.
Thank you.
Did you two expect to get to the point that you did at the season finale? Was that the goal, was to get to that moment?
You know, the right before we shot this, or actually while we were shooting it in the hotel room, upstairs above where we were shooting it, Donal and Chelsea and Michael and me and Paul Lieberstein, who wrote it, and Jeff Blitz, we were all kind of trying to figure out, he's the director, how far to take it and where it would end. But we knew, like, basically that it wanted to be a sort of a glittier, you know, celebration kind of thing, and that would be a good backdrop for something interesting to happen romantically, but we didn't really know how far or where it was going to be until the week we were shooting it.
Yeah, I remember being genuinely surprised as we got close to it, that's where things would end.
When you were writing the series, the episodes, as you watched your cast and your ensemble gel and develop the chemistry that they have and the various interactions and the way people sparked on camera, did that change any storylines or the direction that you had?
I mean, I do remember the 9th episode being a time where Ned and Mare went on a road trip together, and I definitely don't recall us thinking ahead of time about how that would go and what they would say to each other and what they, you know, how it would get combustible. And that really was, you know, I mean, I'm sure this is how most television shows operate, but I mean, you just have two people who are performing something in such a specific way that it kind of informs your imagination. You know, you start to realize, like, oh no, of course, this is how they would be feeling in that situation, and it really wouldn't have worked, I think, if you planned it out too far ahead of time.
Also, Detrick and Nicole, those two characters, the same deal. It was like, you know, you have a general feeling of, like, well, it's sort of an intriguing thing if, you know, one of them was more of a romantic than the other, and they jumped into a relationship that was not as meaningful to one as the other, and, you know, and then we just don't know where to end it.
How did you feel about that?
What part in particular?
The end, the breakup.
Oh, I approved of it. You know, I felt like Detrick it was time for him to stand up for himself and to kind of put himself first. He was chasing her the entire season, and this was a moment where he was just like, enough is enough. I've tried. I'm sorry it didn't work, but yeah, I have to take a step back. So I was happy for him.
And obviously, Oscar is the legacy character that we carry in from Scranton. Oscar, I didn't get to ask you during the panel, but how would you say Oscar has grown since his days selling paper?
You assume I've grown. Dangerous game, my friend. I don't know. He's you know what? I think he's always been a pragmatist, and he's in a new town, and he just hopes for the best. And so I think it's a plus for him to even make friends at this new place, begrudgingly, despite himself. Because no man is an island. You can write that down. I think I just said that.
Never heard it before.
So even if you try to be a curmudgeon and be isolated, you have to join humanity at some point. And he doesn't want to be filmed anymore. He's like, oh no, what's happening? Why are they following me? What is going on? No, they just happen to be there doing this, and you happen to be there. And he makes friends. He makes friends with the cast.
It's very interesting that he's never, in the time that these people have been filming him, he's never become friends with them.
No, he just wants to be an accountant. He just wants to work. He doesn't want to be a celebrity of any kind, you know? But then, again, begrudgingly, things happen, and he's like, oh, Mr. Digit, you know, so he gets dragged into, you know, into the popular culture of the time.
Okay, and now, when did you guys realize that you had a secret weapon in the cast? Because the way you have delivered some of your lines and the way this woman has developed into, she's the perfect kind of villain, but all season I'm like, I want her to, like, make a friend. I want her to, like, see that he's not terrible, but I love her being a pain in his ass. And some of the lines and her takes, because you're our audience. Like, the audience is coming through you, but you're a different audience. Where, like, we would see somebody in the office be like, yeah, who is this dude? So do you, like, how is it for you getting a script thinking that this woman is, you know, she's kind of a bitch, but she's awesome?
Listen, even at the table read, she might say, Lord, I'm saying this word wrong. And we're like, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. She is a tornado of talent and fun and craziness in the best way.
And so
You might think that her behavior is sometimes distasteful or atrocious, and Sabrina is the first person to find me and Greg after a table read to say, please make it worse. Please,
but that's
please
the thing.
let her do
Never
something.
once
much
does
more-
she
much
seem to
bigger
be
than-
like distasteful because she's so stylish.
Yes,
That is like,
exactly.
she's actually like, somebody took her from a soap opera
Yes.
and moved her in to the office.
And she has values. It's fashion. It's lighting. But it's
Also forward thinking.
forward thinking.
So what is
let's
it
let
like,
her speak. Come on.
what is it like getting to play the character who clashes with everybody?
I was so scared not to be loved. That was my first huge fear. And already as a foreign, now as an immigrant, I feel already, oh my God, are they going to accept me? Are they going to like me? Are they going to understand me? And so I put all these fears in the character. And then I really wanted her to be human. So I thought, if I'm going to be, because I don't want to be the villain of the show, but I thought there is always another side of the bad person, because we are not only that thing. And also because I wanted her to be loved, I thought, what could I bring to this character that was already so brilliant? Like when I got the sides, I thought, this is the most brilliant comedy material I've ever read in my life. So I was very inspired. So I think I made this choice of Tweety Bird that does the most horrible things just to survive. So Esmeralda, she just needs to survive. She feels threatened all the time, like she's in war with the world. And so she has guns. You see, now these are shorter, but I started from long nails. I thought, what can I have as a gun? Because as Sabrina, I'm a very innocent person. I don't know what manipulation is. I had a hard time to understand how twisted she was. But now I'm so excited. I can't wait for her to be even more twisted.
Yeah.
Because to me, it's a new thing, and it's very refreshing. And now I see manipulation everywhere. Like, I see how many people are manipulative on this planet.
Girl, you are in Hollywood.
I know.
They like invented it and then made movies about it.
There is a thing though where the person who plays the character has so much to do with how you accept that character, and Esmeralda, I do think, is a manipulative, selfish person in many ways, and she thinks about. She's driven, I think, by very childish motivations. But to me, Sabrina is a person who I can't really look at her on screen and not like her. I just
Right.
there's a
There's
quality
like a
to this human
childlike
being that
kind-
I
like,
love
yes.
so much that I
the
think
best
that is a
thing
very
I've ever
important
heard.
talent.
Even like when she told Ned that you were asexual.
Oh my god.
I was like, wait,
Never forget.
is she? Like I'm like, was that a conversation we never saw? But never thought like, oh, that is twisted.
No,
yeah.
it's a matter of factly, she's asexual.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
It's a given. We know
She
this.
was the single
We know
bed,
this.
yeah. And
Tweety
so
Bird.
you get to play this character of like a lot of the emotional stuff falls on your shoulders. We are you are our entry point. How did you feel about the development of her relationship with Ned and her place in the entire staff?
Kind of what we were saying earlier. I think a lot of it you don't know where it's going. And I think in episode 1 there's of course this spark between them. There's something there, whether it's just this love of journalism, and we both kind of are in some ways, no offense to everybody, like the least chaotic of the office. So I think it's like, okay, like let's hang on to each other, two sane people. But then, as time went on, you know, it was a constant conversation of, like, I remember you guys coming into my trailer at one point, being like, "Do you think Nair would be into Ned at this point?" Like, it's almost like high school, or like middle school. You're like, I don't know, like, would she? I think she's almost there. And
Why? What did he say about me?
what is he like me or okay? But
Well, you
yeah,
want it to be very real, you know, and you're playing the comedy of how awkward he can be or how, you know, things are going off. And so the touchstone is going to Chelsea and saying, you know, use your a human being heart and just like, is that too much? Did you just get so turned off that you can't look at him again in the same way, you know?
And you say you guys talk with the actors and you collaborated. So for the actors, before I let you go, have you talked to them about what you'd love to see in season 2?
Before we even started with season 2, the writing, now season 2's, we're in editing,
Oh.
right? So it's coming out in September. But before we started season 2, before season 1 came out, we had meetings with all the cast, and they came in and they sat with all the writers, and we brainstormed stuff together, and they could say like what their hopes for the character were, and you know, we tried to make that part of our thinking so that we're all on the same page.
Okay, so what can you tell us about what we might see coming up for your
Just
character?
that is fantastic.
All right, because you ended on a high point professionally, but not everybody was in a great personal place.
Well, it's a complicated show, right? There's
It
stuff for
is.
everybody. Come on in.
It's the Brooklyn guy over here.
Yeah.
We should bring out that character. Man.
I've never broke more in my life than this season. Every single person made me just laugh during the middle of a scene. Everybody has been so funny.
I feel like
Yes,
I feel
for
like-
me too. Yeah.
I feel like the first season is like that first child that's like structured, they have everything in order, they, you know, the risk assessment is high, and it's just like it's cared about in a way that it's like it's very meticulous. The second child, we love it, but he's wild. He's jumping off of buildings, he's trying to kill himself, and we love him the same, and we keep him alive. But he's entertaining. You can't look away.
You can lighten up with the second child, but jumping off of buildings.
Yeah.
You take the bubble wrap off.
Yeah.
You take the
So then
bubble
this
wrap
is
off the
building.
baby in the second one.
Yeah, that's a better way to put it.
Throwing a baby off a building is also, you know.
Michael Jackson.
Hey, yeah, Prince that stuff.